Australia is considered by some as the world's largest island. This then gives it a vast range of marine life surrounding it. Today we will examine the issue of proposing and implementing a new, significantly large network of marine parks in Australian waters. We will discuss the sustainability issues, differing perspectives on the point, speak to experts, and compare the effects to other countries that have already implemented marine parks. The Australian Government defines a marine reserve as an area of land and/or sea especially dedicated to the protection and maintenance of biological diversity. This proposed network of marine reserves covers more than 3 million square kilometres of the ocean surrounding Australia. In particular, there are large green zones that signify sanctuary and marine national parks that prevent all forms of fishing, mining, or any other activities that may harm the natural environment off the south coast of Western Australia and northeast Queensland. Australia uses its marine environment for a variety of sources such as transport, food, water, tourism, and recreation in the forms of swimming and fishing. For these reasons, conservationists are demanding that more marine reserves should be implemented, as they believe that this proposed network of marine reserves will not properly sustain the ocean's resources for future Australian generations. Today with us we have a leading expert in coral reef studies, Professor Terry Hughes. I would have liked to have seen more protection, as more than 20 of the reefs are outside of the fully protected area, where the survival of released fish are vulnerable to sharks. Stricter regulations of long lining in the proposed multi-use zones, as the bycatch from these long lines threaten many seabirds, turtles, and pelagic sharks. The biggest opposition to the proposed marine reserves came from the fishermen. Both commercial and recreational fishermen made their stand. Recreational fishing, as shown, provides towns with economic growth, as they bring tourism and expenditure, as they support local businesses such as tackle shops in small towns. Commercial fishing is the capturing of fish in order to sell as a profession. With the implementation of these new marine reserves, it would significantly restrict these fishermen and will result in job losses for several Australian workers. The proposed network of marine parks will ecologically have a positive effect, however the negatives will reflect through the economy. It is scientifically proven that by implementing marine reserves, the biotic life of the area will improve. An example of this is the studies on the Kenyan marine reserves. The Kenyan marine reserves that began in the 1990s are located along the east coast of the African continent. Shown by the graph, for certain species of fish, such as the sturgeon fish, the longer the marine reserve has been in place, the higher the biomass of that species is found. Another country that has had success in the implementation of marine reserves is New Zealand. The spiny lobsters of New Zealand were found to have increased in abundance by 22% in only 5 years of the marine reserve's establishment. After undergoing all of this research, I have come to the conclusion that the proposed network of marine reserves is a huge step in making our ocean resources more sustainable for future generations. Based on the research of marine flora and fauna, it is scientifically proven that biotic growth is more abundant within marine reserves. I personally believe that the proposed network of marine reserves is enough for the time being. However, this can only open more doors for future opportunities to develop even more marine reserves for future generations of Australians.